if you have a woman, an Amish woman, like with a bonnet on the cover, it is sure to sell.
Maybe we should put some on our pod promos. We get some more.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello. Hello and welcome, Midlifers. We're your hosts, Fonz
And Mez.
and this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help, but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter, and a deep dive into the past.
Welcome, Midlifers, to this week's show where we're starting off with Rant and Rave self-employment. Whoa. Had to put some oomph into that. And then and now, romance novels. We've come a long way, Fonz. We've come a long way.
So let's dive in.
Let's go. Just a quick thing as we start the show. We've got something coming up in April.
What?
Something being live. A room full of midlifers.
What?
And a lot of fun. So stay tuned. We'll tell you more about it in a few episodes' time. Now, secondly, a bit of housekeeping.
Oh,
Yes.
get your brooms.
It's very serious stuff.
Get your dice and vax out. Let's go.
So a few weeks ago, we had our awesome episode. We had Whitney Houston versus Mariah Carey and
Yeah.
Who Did It Better battle, which we've got feedback from TikTok, which I will get into shortly. But also that week, we had a bonus episode, Midlifer of the Month, being the wonderful author Elizabeth Easter. Now, we never actually told you, Midlifers, that we're going to release a bonus episode once a month with our guest, with a different guest each month. We've got some very exciting ones coming up. But that will be a bonus episode. So last year we had it as the episode of the week.
Yes.
But now we know you guys love us so much. So we'll have a regular formatted episode every single Tuesday without fail.
Yes.
Rain, hell or shine.
Yes.
We are here.
Yes.
And then once a month on the Friday, we'll have a bonus ep. So if you did have the bonus ep but missed out Mariah and Whitney, get into it. It's a great ep.
It was a cracking app.
Yes. And so on TikTok especially, there have been a lot of feelings about this.
So many feelings.
So I'm going to read you some of the comments actually.
Please do, Mez.
Yes. So Darimda said Mariah outsold and outcharted. The public has spoken. Now, Bundrons said Whitney is more raw and powerful. Mariah has more range, which you did mention her range. They're both great in their own ways. And hence was the problem, which we did find it hard at the end to say who did it better because
Yes.
they're both great.
Yes.
And Lizzie Booth says, or Lizzie Boof, depends on my mood. Both absolute powerhouse singers. Whitney feels like mother,
Yes.
and Mariah is your too cool cousin that you're scared of.
100%. I feel like Mariah's like your rich auntie. And she'll just give you a couple of some money.
Yeah, let's throw some money at you.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to hear some negative ones? Should we get into? I'll
come
give you a few.
on.
Just like there's a few people that said this one person in full caps, stop comparing. And a few people said, oh, they used to pit each other, these two women against each other in the media. I'm like, this is a segment that we have.
That's what I thought because I saw a lot of comments saying we shouldn't be comparing. Like, well, that's a who did it better.
That's exactly right. And it's nothing personal. Like we're just, and who are we to judge? We don't.
Have you heard us sing?
No.
We did swear that this episode we will not swing.
I don't know if I can promise that, Fonz. We'll see.
To our husbands listening, we promise we won't swing this episode. We will not sing this episode.
Let's see. I want to see because by the end of the episode, we have held onto our word.
Yep.
And also K Baby said, listen to, in comments, So Cold by Mariah. I don't know if that's her autobiography or what. Mariah Carey. That's all I'm going to say. Tommy didn't find her on the same night. Do some research! Exclamation point. Research? Did you not see our pages of handwritten notes that were scribbled?
Notes. Like Mez was saying before, we should have a laptop to be professional. But I claim we are elder millennials.
Yes.
We use a pen and paper. We used a pen and paper in high school to make assignments.
That's right. And we do research. Like we do research the night before. But again, we do pull out some facts.
Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. I'm
Okay.
going to say something about this,
okay,
all right?
okay.
This is semantics. Pedantic semantics. Simple, little semantics.
Yeah.
Because Whether Mariah, I think I said she handed the cassette into Tommy Mottola's company or someone else on behalf of her. The point of the story was he stopped the limo, went to find her. Whether she handed it or he handed it, that's just semantics.
Pedantics. This is where I find TikTok can be very finicky. I feel like Instagram's much more forgiving and then just like go with the flow.
Yeah, but you have to be on the ball with TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
But did you see I don't know if someone accused us of being lambly? Part of the Mariah clan of lambs. And they wrote Lamley, ! times 6. And I didn't know whether to feel insulted or proud.
So Lamely, for those who didn't watch, is Mariah Carey's fan base. We're not Lamleys. We are just two middle-aged women trying to make a podcast. Just chill.
We just like music and we just enjoy
reminiscing.
We enjoy pop culture.
It's cool. That's it.
That's it.
There's nothing deeper.
Insults.
We're not that deep.
I feel like we're misunderstood. when maybe we look smart, but we're not that smart.
Maybe.
I think that's what's happening.
Little do they know.
Okay, folks, here we go. We're going to dial the winner of our Dinner with Tom Cruise competition.
Hello?
Hello, Julie Rankin.
Yeah?
Nice work, Julie. You've scored a dinner with Tom Cruise. Yes, a stretch limousine will take you to a top city restaurant, then a romantic dinner, just you and
Fantastic.
Tom.
When?
Tonight.
Tonight? I'm sorry, I can't.
What?
What? Mum's doing a lamb roast.
Oh, great, yeah.
Rant, rave. Rant rave. Yeah. Today, Mez and our midlifers, we are ranting and or raving self-employment, being your own boss.
Yes, and I think by this age, we're in our mid-40s, that a lot of people, have had it both ways.
Dip their toe into the self-employment pond.
Yes, and may have gone back and forwards, which I've done. I've worked
back and forwards.
Yes.
Mm.
So yes, I'm currently self-employed doing freelance work.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my own business. I've also worked for my longest employer was 17 years. So I've done
Wow.
a bit of everything. Well, this is working for ourselves. What we're doing now.
Well, I've had to come to the realization when researching this segment. Oh, I think I'll work for myself now.
Yes, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. We don't really get paid much.
But it's still, this is now,
Yeah.
What is this?
You're welcome to the fold. It is
This is our business.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've never done this before. Anyway, I have been involved in family business and have seen my dad have a family business, his own business, and I've worked in it, as we both have worked in it. Then I was a teacher for many, many years, under 2 decades as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, I'm getting to know
Both
both.
sides.
I'm going back and forth, Miss, as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to give me a rant or a rave about self-employment?
I'll start with rant because I feel a bit
Fired
angry.
up, yep.
Yeah, let's go. The responsibility. It's all on you and no one else.
Yep.
So if something bad happens, you can go in a mirror and yell at yourself. You can berate yourself and you can feel bad about yourself. But I suppose that's when you develop a resilience as well. That's the rave.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, if you're having a shitty day, or that sort of coincides with my rant about as well, the sick days. Too bad.
What sick days?
Yeah, or if you are sick, well, that's fine. You're not getting paid,
But if I can add on to that as well, if you are in a relationship or a partnership where one partner is getting more money into the household than, say, myself with our business, well, I'm still expected to do all the housekeeping, all the parenting, as well as doing this. So, and it's because, the money factor.
That's true. And it's interesting because you can be working for yourself and be earning hardly anything. And is that the deciding factor on work? So
money.
Yeah.
I'm a stay-at-home mum.
Mm-hmm.
So I still do all my stay-at-home mum, sometimes unhappily, all my stay-at-home mum duties. And then and I find little pockets of where I can squeeze in doing our business.
Well, I suppose it goes in with the rave, the flexibility in that, with these other responsibilities you have, it's finding those pockets of time. It's, being able to, even if the kids are on school holidays, you can work in the lounge. It's annoying. Fuck, it's annoying working from home when the kids are on school holidays.
Oh, that's when I know if I'm working from home. And I have to say, I used to do a tutoring business as well. And working for myself, I just give the kids the iPads during that time. So I know I've got time to myself and they don't bother me.
Yeah, but that's if it's all day.
Oh, nah. How do people bloody work through a lockdown is my question.
I was lucky.
Yeah?
Yeah. But anyway.
I keep why do I keep bringing up lockdown? Sorry, Mez. Cut that out.
But I'll go on to a rant about it. There's no switch off because your mind is constantly ticking about the list of things to do, what you got to do tomorrow, what you can do to grow, chasing up this creditor, all that sort of stuff. There's no switch off. Whereas when you're employed, most times, probably maybe not so higher up, from a lot of jobs, you go do your work, you leave it all there, you go home.
I have to say, if you're a people pleaser, not so much. Because when I worked as a teacher, I used to sleepwalk and sleep talk out of the stress.
Oh, really?
So even in my sleep, it would affect me. And to the point where my brother would go, "Oh, you're talking in your sleep last night. You were saying, 'Be quiet, everyone. Sit down, everyone.'" And the only reason why I would wake up in the middle of the night from sleepwalking was I couldn't see my students when I was asleep. So I used to switch on my light and then I used to wake up.
Well, I think teaching is a different one because you do have a lot of
there's a lot
outside of work.
Yeah, true.
Do. Yeah.
Well, how's that?
Yeah.
The worst of both worlds. Sorry, let's get back on. I keep digressing, but here we go.
Actually, we've got a speak pipe.
Oh, let's play it.
My name is Renee Bunster and I work from home making hot sauces and flavoured vodkas and selling them all over Australia and the world. And I rave about being self-employed and working from home because, I can work in my underpants all day if I want. I can work from the toilet if I want. And also being a mum, it means whenever my kids need me or something pops up at school, I can be there. There's no one telling me I can't do that. The only thing that I would rant about is at Christmas time when everybody else is going to Christmas parties. I don't have anyone to have a party with. That's the only time that it sucks. But yeah, I rave about it.
So yeah, again, that flexibility of, not having to get dressed, working from the toilet if you choose to.
What about not having we noticed this last year.
Yes.
We didn't have a Christmas party because we didn't think to have a Christmas party.
And it was actually my husband said, "Oh, why don't you and Fonz have a Christmas party?" I'm like, didn't think of that.
I thought you had to work for a business to have a Christmas party.
Well, I think it's because we have to pay.
We have to pay for it.
That measly funds. But yeah, I love a Christmas party. Oh, the first place I worked for many years is for an accounting firm. So I'd always go to this great restaurant. We, one time we took a ferry ride and a train around Geelong, and so
it
really
sucks
cool.
when you're a partner and you hear about your partner's Christmas parties because budget cuts and that partners aren't allowed to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that sounds like fun. And they have a comedian. Like, that's great. But when you're a teacher, what your Christmas parties are.
What?
You had a barbecue at the school.
Okay.
It was lovely. Like, there was a lot of effort from the people cooking it put into it, but you're knackered. Like, you had your last day of school. You all have a barbecue at the school sitting outside. You dump your sausage and you go home.
Yeah.
I need a Christmas party. We need to have a Midlifers Christmas party.
We do.
Let's do it. And it's funny because Renee from Bunce's, she does the hot sauces and the spiced vodkas. No, the flavoured vodkas. Maybe we should have a Christmas party with some flavoured vodkas.
Oh, yeah. Every day flavoured.
Ding-a-ling ding. All right, back to Rant and Rave though.
All right, let's give another rave.
Okay.
Nothing is set in stone.
Ooh.
It's, again, you can move things to suit yourself. So obviously in most workplaces, you have this target or your KPIs and whatever, but it's not the case with your own business. You can, if something sort of isn't serving you or it's not working out, you can be like, that's cool. I'll change it. You don't have to ask for anyone's approval.
There's no
You just do
HR.
it. No
yourself.
HR. It can be sexually appropriate to yourself. In your
Stare at yourself.
in your downtime.
Walk past the mirror, stick a finger up at yourself. But do you know what I like working about myself? Again, the flexibility is like if you have a medical appointment or if you are sick or your kids have a medical appointment, there's no one to answer to.
Mm.
Because I remember, oh my God, even just to have a blood test, it was when I was a teacher, it was such a disruption because, the mornings, you had to be there for the mornings.
Yeah,
You couldn't be late.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, oh, well, I'll just
Work
move
around.
this around
Mhm.
and I can have my blood test or whatever the hell I want medically with my body.
Colonoscopy.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't done that yet.
Keep us.
I'll keep you informed. I have made an appointment.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you another one. Let's actually go rant. It can be lonely, especially if you're solo. So we've talked about this because you're a stay-at-home mum. I work for myself at home and I'm home every other day except when I come here. It's very isolating.
Very.
So unless you're sort of on the road and actually dealing with customers and stuff in person, I suppose it's different. But for most self-employed jobs, also I suppose working from home, that can really get to you.
Well, that's why I hit a breaking point in January of this year because I've been stay-at-home. I haven't left the house unless I see you every recording day. And I had to I had to change something so I can see people. That was huge.
Yeah.
So, because I've been stay-at-home mum for 7 years, my 7th year, and this is the 7th year of not leaving the house.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I know.
So, I've left the house mess.
Yeah. Yay.
And I feel happier for it.
Yeah, it makes a big, big difference.
What are you up to?
I'm going to give you just another quick rant. I said before, if you're sick day, you can't have a sick day. Or if you do, you don't get paid for it. Another one's public holidays because my husband will be home on public holiday. But then if I'm working for myself, it's just another day. And I kind of feel guilty to not work. So he'll be chilling and I'll be sort of thinking, I've got to work because I have to make money. Yeah, it's really hard to just
It's
to
a
have a day off.
mindset that you need to shift.
And even Christmas holidays, same thing. He'll have his week or whatever annual leave and I don't because I feel like I can't switch off.
That's exactly how I feel around Christmas time. It's like far out, but I feel like the social media is at a peak. Why am I having a rest? Keep going, and I don't end up having a break, and I end up burning out.
Yeah, it's
I was like, Mez, help me. I need a break this week. But look, I've got another rave.
Yeah, go.
Just not asking permission to go to the toilet. Like, that's great.
Is that the teacher thing?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a bladder of steel thanks to teaching. The only time I didn't was when I was pregnant and I had to teach the morning, do yard duty and teach again after that. And it was after that, and I had to beg the lady from the office. I'm like, please come up. I need to go to the toilet. I nearly pissed my pants. And when you get to that point where you really go to the toilet, you resign yourself. Go, you know what? If I piss my pants, so be it. I'm just going to piss my pants. It's like when you have food poisoning, you're driving home. If I shit myself, then shit myself. I came to that point, and it doesn't have to come to that point anymore because I'm at home.
Well, I've worked at the office, so I just went to the toilet. But yes, that's a good point.
You have to shit yourself when you're home.
If you do, who cares? The mop's right there.
The bucket of nappy sand.
Then and now, romance novels. Now, we're talking about romance novels that's sort of like, researching into it because I was Googling about romance novels and sort of gave me suggestions like from the Jane Austen, Emily Bronte and what have you. I'm like, okay, that is obviously romance and how it's changed over the years. I'm like, okay, well, when did a bit of spiciness come into it? So we're talking about romance novels, but also more the spicy, nowadays romantasy.
Well, there's levels.
Yeah.
Like you can call it erotica, romantasy, smut.
I kind of hate and kind of love that word, smut.
Smut. It's very, because I tried to find the definition of smut.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from the chimney. I'm like, no, this is not the smut I'm talking about. Funk and Wagnalls.
What's Funk and
The
Wagnalls?
old encyclopedias.
Ah,
The Funk and Wagnalls. Anyway, no, it's not the smut I'm thinking of. No, yes. Anyway, so I started looking into different levels of romanticy. And like I kind of put it to like Nando's and how Nando's has the mild to hot.
well, let's go. If I go in time-wise, and then you can chime in with your levels, right?
Okay.
Because we've got romance, and then Mills and Boon. Okay, so when I first thought of this, I thought of Mills and Boon.
Yeah,
which
same.
came
I
in-
put Mills and Boon.
That started in the 1930s.
Jeez Louise.
Yes.
People are horny from a long time ago.
But I think that one was more actual romance.
Ah.
So not necessarily anything sexual or sensual.
See, in the 80s, my mum read a lot of Mills and Boon, and as I was going to become a teenager, she used to choose the level of spice that I was allowed to read.
So what's the basic level of what's the
Well,
lower level?
it's your lemon pepper, Ms. from Nando's, but it's your innocence.
Okay.
So very chaste, nothing sexual.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a slight touch of the hand,
Ah.
a glance.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All those
so
un-
more romantic.
Yes, but the undertones, because you know that the chemistry
Yeah,
is
I
there
think it's
fizzling away.
more tickles the heart
Okay.
than anything.
Tickles the heart, not the funny. Now, the next one that sort of came to my mind was Jackie Collins. In the 80s, right? So I'm skipping forward
Yeah.
and looking at this. It said the 1970s was when novels began to shift more towards explicit, sexy content. And it started, I think one of the big books at the time was Kathleen E. Woodwisser's. Sorry, I can't read my freaking writing. It's called The Flame and the Flower in 1972. And we moved away from the chaste closed-door romance to include explicit sex scenes.
Oh, yeah.
And so it comes with the sort of sexual revolution. So after that, again, as I said, Jackie Collins. So she was known for her scandalous stories of love, lust, and power.
Oof. And she was known as Trashy as well. I remember Trashy being linked to her name. She had Hollywood Wives was one of her famous books, and the Lucky series.
Okay.
Lucky. But no, Miss, I'm going to go earlier than that.
Okay.
Barbara Cartland from England.
Oh.
She is step-grandmother of Lady Di.
Okay.
Lady Diana. But she wasn't invited to her wedding to Charles. But anyway, her romance novels, I have to say her name properly. She is Dame Barbara Hamilton Cartland. Nay, Dame Mary Barbara Hamilton Cartland. And she wrote non-erotic romance novels, so very chaste, set in the Edwardian and Victorian eras.
Okay.
And I've got a quote from her, if I may.
Yes. Go.
She said, "My heroines are always virgins. They never go to bed without a ring on their fingers. Not until page 118 at least."
Okay.
We're page 4.
Skip forward.
Yes, I found that quite funny.
Well,
And
yes.
she-
So
yeah, she's
Jackie
got a-
Collins is the opposite of that, I would say.
But I remember Mum and her friends used to swap books as well
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
So I've got another term for the sort of moving on from the 80s to the sort of late 80s and 90s. It's the bodice ripper era. And who do you think of if I say picture a cover of one of these books and a bodice ripping open? Who do you picture?
Bitch Fabio.
Fabio. I can't believe it's not butter.
With his long, glistening hair and his ripped torso.
And very chiseled jaw.
He's got a great jaw.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Remember when he I think you put on socials when he got hit in the head by a goose?
It was a bird on a roller coaster. But I think it was traumatic for him. He had to have surgery from that. But out of everyone, Fabio.
Fabio.
We had to get Fabio.
Fabio.
Now, going on for your bodice rippers, there are also bonnet rippers, Amish romance.
Oh.
So with bonnet rippers, they're very chaste. So very like behind closed doors, and they're faith-based as well.
Oh, okay.
So you can't go too far with the Amish. But God, you can rip a bonnet. But apparently, if you have a woman, an Amish woman, like with a bonnet on the cover, it is sure to sell.
Oh, really?
That's what I read.
Maybe we should put some on our pod promos. We can get some more.
I've seen a bonnet.
What's happened to these girls? Have turned Amish.
We want money. Oh, we've got a speak phone.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Fonz and Mez, Tash here. Now, the big hot thing was Sarah J. Maas and romantasy. It is absolutely hotcakes for us in the publishing industry. So if anyone is looking for the hot new trend, you might need to get into what they call fairy porn, or it's kind of a spin-off, I guess, from the Twilight days, but a bit of a different kind of feel. And of course, 50 Shades of Grey has resulted in so many more books dealing with erotic fiction and sport romance. There's a lot of heat on the sports fields, whether they're in tennis, the gridiron, the hockey. Sports romance books are lots of fun.
All right. So Tash there. Thank you, Tash, a loyal listener.
Thank you, Tash.
She mentioned obviously 50 Shades of Grey, and that was a huge thing, which we've covered in a podcast last year. But just about bringing the really raunchy stuff to the mainstream, I suppose.
Yeah, into reading books.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was about. Like I said, I was on an aeroplane flying to Malaysia, a very Muslim country.
Yeah.
And I'm reading bloody 50 Shades out in the open.
Yeah.
Till page 118. Like, holy guacamole, put that away.
When did the butt plug get in there? Somewhere, sometime.
Jeez, I forgot about the butt plug.
In butt
That was
plugs.
the first time I really learned about a butt plug on 50 Shades.
Likewise, I was like, so as I said, we brought that sort of stuff to the mainstream.
Yes.
And that was huge. But with the 50 Shades, because going back a tiny bit, Twilight, because that was earlier than 50 Shades of Grey, wasn't it? Yeah, Twilight came first and then
Twilight
50
was
Shades.
first. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that's, again, the
Romantasy.
romance. That one, not really much on the sexual side, because Edward would have killed Bella.
Well, yeah, but they do believe that Twilight led on to
Yes.
fairy porn.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into the fairy
And
porn.
the paranormal
Well, it's
porn.
called fairy fantasy, right?
Cool.
So this is post-COVID, post-2020. Book talk and romantasy. So romance,
Oh,
fantasy,
yeah.
and fairy fantasy. It's huge in popularity, and I think it's Sarah J. Maas' A Court of Thorns and Roses, which follows a human huntress who gets entangled in the Fae War.
Oh,
And I was-
fae as in F-A-E, fairy.
Yes, yeah. But these fairies are for adults, faes. They're dangerous and powerful.
Mm.
So that was huge. And I've got to say, with this sort of genre, it's a big genre. It earns about over $1.4 billion in sales annually. So it's huge. And this fairy fantasy or romantasy thing that's come in the past few years it's big. I've never read it.
Well, I've got an excerpt for you.
Okay,
if I
tell
may.
me.
So
All right.
this is from The Empress's New Lingerie and Other Erotic Tales. So it's on that path of fairies and romantasy.
Mhm.
Oh, what a big tongue you have, she cried. The better to eat you with, darling Red. This frightened Red. But what? Eat what? What could he mean? Well, Red, you have a lot to learn. And it's that stuff like that. And then they go on to explicitly detailing the smut. And I remember having a phone call from my friend, and she was telling me how she was reading a book about wolves. Wolves and people. So wolf, like, I suppose like from Twilight, like Jacob.
Yeah.
And that strong, brute strength. And a woman just wants to be picked up and
Thrown around.
Some are not all women, some women, but I've heard about paranormal erotica.
Ah,
Yeah, a bit of ghost action.
there you go. I've heard about that
Who's
one.
touching me? What's that?
I don't know, but it feels good. Well, Tasha also mentioned the sport fantasy,
Yeah.
which is funny because, like, the big thing a few months
Heated
ago.
rivalry.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that sort of perhaps the idea originated in the books. Possible.
Well, Heated Rivalry was part of a series of sports novels.
Oh, there you go.
Because I do know, because Rachel Johns
Mhm.
did a podcast about Heated Rivalry
Ah.
as well. And have you ever watched it? Have you gone into it? I've
No.
watched it.
Yeah.
I've watched the first few episodes. Of course, you have to make sure your kids aren't in the room.
Yeah.
Like make sure they're in bed, and when they sneak out the bed, get out.
But that's sort of like, when you read any of these sort of novels, like it's so funny because you can read it out in the open because no one would know, right? Then this was 50 Shades of Grey. I'd read on the way to work and be like, "Oh, hello!" So they'll wake me up in the morning. But yeah, it still feels if you're around certain people, it's kind of like, oh, this I can't do this right now because it's like this mixture of worlds they should not be crossing. No.
No one needs a tingle on the way to work.
Do my bookkeeping like, oh. There is a sort of the next phase to this erotic romance fiction, audiobooks, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes. And there is, I'm going to pause for a second. There is a app called Quinn, and it is specifically erotic fiction, obviously designed for women. And I think it launched in 2019, so it's had over 300,000 subscribers. But the difference is the thing that sort of has made them a bit popular is they get famous actors to voice them.
Oh, okay.
And one of the actors they had was Jamie Lee Bower, who played Number One or Vecna or Mr. Whatsit or on Stranger Things. It's got a great voice. I'm just going to have you listen to this.
Okay.
Let me get it ready.
Pass the headphones.
Yeah.
Does it ache? I need to hear you tell me how much you want me. I love when you ask so nicely. That's my good girl.
Holy hell, what a voice.
No. And see, I think,
Oh my God.
I think it takes it to the next level because what he said there wasn't anything naughty.
No.
It's the tone and the sound of his voice.
God, what a voice.
Wow, what a voice.
Holy
So,
hell.
I feel like audiobooks, if you're into any of these romance novels and going into any of the categories, I feel like having an audiobook, that gives me tingles. I wasn't even listening to it. Fonz had it on the headphones. It takes it up a notch.
Well, it takes the imagination out of it and a real man's voice into it.
Yes.
Because you know when you read, do you hear the voices in your head when you read?
Oh, I definitely picture the characters. I haven't thought about it. I don't know.
I can't picture the characters, but I can hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm total opposite. That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
The brain, how it
I
works.
know. This is how
But
we
that
actually talk.
takes away any guesswork. Oh, God.
Have a listen. Quinn is the app.
Quinn, Quin.
Quinn.
N or M?
N.
N for Nelly.
N for Nelly. So anyway, that's our then and now.
I'm hot.
Get a fan in here. It's sweaty. You're welcome, is what we're going to say.
Get out of this house, Mez. I need some time alone.
We'll see you next week.